Hey, all, 2 month check in on the teeth. I'm shocked, you're shocked, but here we go. If you didn't see the other videos, I went away in October with my best friend and decided we're in this hotel room in Jamaica. And I say to her, I'm going to get my teeth done. And she's like, what happened in the bathroom? I was like, I don't know, child. I just want to get my teeth done. So for me, getting my teeth done was long overdue. My teeth were always a problem growing up. We went to clinics and things happened. I subsequently had 3 children, took care of all of them. Every kid got braces. When I was 40, I got braces and had them on for 2 years, full metal jacket, no Invisalign business braces. As I started aging, my teeth were just not good. Like the health of my teeth was deteriorating. Menopause sucked literally the last bit that was left. So I'm standing in this bathroom in Jamaica and I am like, something doesn't look right with my face. When Eddie passed away, I lost a lot of weight initially and it was visible in my face, but it still was something different with this. My face just did not look right, and not like a vanity sense, but it just didn't look good. So I come back and I contact the council and I say, I'm going to get my teeth fixed. And the council being Ashley and Mark, my oldest and middle. And they're like, good for you. Do it. It's time. Ciao. It really was not time because it is a very expensive endeavor. I have a baby in college and my daughter's getting married in April. And this was October. So, but I'm going to do it. I'm one of those people, once I make my mind up, full steam ahead. So my daughter, I decided of a place that I'm going to go to because my friend went someplace in Brooklyn and her results were nice. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to that. My daughter was like, absolutely not. I know a place. So she finds Appa Aesthetic. And I'm like, this not in my price range. You know, there's certain things that you don't want to play around with. And if you go on TikTok or anything, you saw that this young man that professed to be a veneer tech is now been arrested and all kinds of things because there's no such thing as a veneer tech. So schedule an appointment to go in. They are lovely. They were beyond kind to me. In some of the video, you can see that Dr. Nicholas, who they paired me with, was, first of all, the perfect choice. He is the kindest soul. His bedside manner was incredible. And I remember he's like, going to take some pictures. And I was like, I don't think so. And he's like, it's going to be fine. And at one point, he says something after I've warmed up a little bit, and and he takes my hand and he says, "You're not going to have to do that anymore." We do all the pictures, look at all the teeth, go through the rigmarole, and they say, "We're going to contact you within a day or two and tell you what the treatment looks like." 2 days later, they come back and they call me and they tell me, I'm going to not tell you the price because for everyone, it's different for what has to be done. This was a full mouth restoration. Every tooth was touched. Every tooth either I have a bridge, I have porcelain veneers, or I have crowns. Every tooth. So this is like maybe Range Rover autobiography. I'm not going to hold you. It's very expensive. The main thing was that they were going to take care of the health of my mouth. So I didn't know my gums were infected. So in the pictures before and after, you'll see the different color of my gum. My teeth were deteriorating. It was just a nightmare. And so they were going to take care of the health of my mouth. And so I think the thing that's very important, especially when we talk about a veneer tech or something, is the thing about veneers is that it is definitely for the aesthetics of your mouth, but it is this. If you go get your nails done and you're going to get a tip put on, your own nail has to be strong enough and fungus free and healthy to put a tip on top of. That's the same premise with your teeth. You can't just slap on a porcelain veneer onto an unhealthy foundation. So that was a lot of the cost, honestly, the dental work. So we agree we're going to go in the week before Thanksgiving and start working on these teeth. They tell me that they're going to do all the dental work. I'm going to be in there for many hours. And when I leave, I will leave with temps. We were there for 8 hours from light to dark. No kidding. To the point that my children are calling. They're like, what is going on? Is she still there? Are we okay? I had slept, first get there, blanket, television on the ceiling. They give you gas, all of the things. We're numbed, we're gelled. He says to me, you should feel nothing. If at any time you feel something, we will stop. You're not going to feel anything. Several episodes on Netflix. I mean, I'm asleep. At some point, they're telling me to helping me open my mouth because I'm asleep, okay? Because this is going on for hours. Dr. Nicholas, God bless him, is bent over me, working in my mouth for hours, okay? When it's finally done, my son comes to pick me up. I asked him for a mask. I don't want to see nothing because I thought that they had taken every tooth out of my mouth at that point. And I didn't even care. We're in for a penny, in for a pound. My son comes in. I have that video. And he says, let me see. And I pulled the mask down. And
yo, that's
almost got through without tearing up. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. If they would have told me that I was going to have to leave with the Temps forever, I would have probably left with them because I was so happy with them. I went to Miami like a week later, and I was cheesing. And it's so funny. Dr. Nicholas says, when I'm done with you, no one's going to know you got your teeth done. And I said, everybody's going to know because I'm going to tell them. And what he meant by that is that the teeth should look so good and so natural that people are like, what'd you do? You're like, the instant transformation in my face structure was probably the biggest deal for me. And what I mean by that is, I think that's what I was saying about how my face looks so different. My teeth were aging me so bad. I don't have a problem with my age. I'm going to be 55 in March. But if you ever seen someone that has unfortunately lost all their teeth in their mouth, you see the way that their face structure collapses in. And that is what was happening to me. And I just was so uncomfortable. I was embarrassed. I honestly was embarrassed. And as cringy as this part sounds that I've said before, when you do content or when you are out at events, you only have control of a very small amount of images. So if I'm over in the corner and I'm talking to somebody and I'm laughing and I'm like, ha, 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 and I'm missing the side tooth, and the person over there is taking a picture of their friend and I'm in the background, I don't have control of that. And I was so uncomfortable that I was constantly covering my mouth and constantly not smiling. And these are first world problems and it doesn't matter, but it was just something that bothered me. Back to it, the 2-month update and what I think. First, would I do it again? 1,000 times, yes. I love how they look aesthetically. I love how I feel with them. I feel much more confident with them. And people were so kind. A lot of people were like, I didn't even notice your teeth. I did. I think the biggest thing I noticed was my bite. So this part might be hard to understand. My jaw and teeth had deteriorated so much that my bottom was collapsing. I have an extreme overbite that I could have gotten my jaw broken when I was 40, but declined because this is my face. But my bottom teeth had receded so far that at night, these teeth were up into the soft palate. I had a hole in the soft palate. I know that's crazy to believe that, but literally it was hurting. The biggest thing I noticed is the bite. I was probably chewing on 2 teeth, and so now I can chew on all the teeth. Eating, the taste is a little different. Things do taste a little different to me. And the bite is different in the sense that when my original teeth, when you bite, I feel like it was more really breaking the food up. I feel like I have to do a little bit more work. Like these are like, you know how when you have tips on and you scratch and then you don't have tips on and you scratch, the difference? That's the only way I can explain it. It's not as sharp. I don't know if that makes sense. I am experiencing sensitivity. Hot, cold, sour, sweet, very weird. Everybody has a difference. Some people don't experience it at all. I'm one of those people that have been experiencing it. Would I do it again? Again, I would. I have to wear a retainer every night So that's a big deal too, because to, I guess, keep the integrity of the teeth. And your teeth can shift still, no matter how old you are. So we want them to stay exactly where they are, even though there's veneers. It's my teeth under, so it's just like on top. Also, I'm just adjusting to how I live. I still find myself, and then I don't have to do that anymore because it was a way of life. I didn't know any other way. I highly recommend it. I did a lot of research on veneers because one of the things I watch people saying that they smell all kinds of things. So the biggest issue is that if they're not bonded properly, if they're not put on your teeth properly, food particles and stuff can get in between. So I know some people have had to get a root canal under a veneer. Nobody wants to do that. So your biggest friend is a water pick and flossing. You must floss. Veneers do not smell. It's porcelain. They do not smell. Your teeth, in between your teeth, that stuck piece of ribeye, that smells. Your veneers don't smell. So if you have some problems with the veneer that smell, your mouth is smelling, that's another issue. Also, there's a lot of follow up and a lot of care needed for this. So it is like a lifelong endeavor. I know people who they said they've had to get them done over after 10 years or 20 years or something like that. I'm already 50. If these don't last, they're not going to last. I say all that to say, I think you have to do things that make you feel good. Like when I got a little Botox or I got a breast reduction, these are things that are for me because, like I said, people commented on my teeth and were like, I didn't even notice your teeth. Some people did said they did. I ain't gonna hold you, but most people were like, I didn't notice your teeth. So it was 100% for me, and I think that's what we should take away. Do what works for you. The teeth are an investment. It is very expensive. It was not the right time financially in this economy, but when is the right time? Anyway, thanks for listening. And she's cute though. It was worth it. Bye.